purpose, and I came with all the abilities from the planet I came from, where we're all like this. And so my abilities have helped me to do many things on the planet, in education, in art, in many fields. And
so let me just interrupt you for a sec, because we are actually now live on Facebook. So let me introduce everybody on the Facebook call. So welcome to the Facebook Live call. You can also join us on Zoom. Zoom, we've been going for a couple of minutes earlier. This is Tyhson Banighen, the Energy Detective. Welcome to the Healing Hour. We're live 3 p.m. every Tuesday here. So drop back and see us every week. So this is the call for July 20th, 2017. And I just interrupt Lorraine Burke, who's our guest today. And she's here to talk about 12-strand DNA activation. And so she was just telling us a bit about her background. So guess what? I'm going to ask her to do it all over again for those of you on Facebook so that you will hear it as well. So back over.
Thank you. I hope I was going down the right track for your interview.
Yeah, you were.
Okay. Well, as a human being, I live in Fremantle, Perth, Western Australia, on the other side of the planet from people in Canada and the US. And I was a walk-in to a little blue baby girl who left her physical form 2 hours after birth, and who left it for me. Obviously a contract between she and me. And I came in. I slid in, I walked in, whatever you say. I say I slid in because the lady who became my mother was holding this physical form. That's bringing up tears in me of a great gift. So apparently at that point in time when I slid in, big pink spots came on either upper arm and either thigh, and it's all recorded, and I turned pink. And I'll skip over some of the details. Apparently I had a very huge vibration that people love to hold me. Since the beginning, I have come in with all my knowledge and awareness and abilities from the seventh pink solar system, the pink planet from whence I came. And so I have used those abilities throughout my life in education, in art, and in many other fields. And something amazing happened in January, and I was downloaded all the Akashic records of people. It took 45 minutes. I was decoding a particular drawing of a man, George Allen, who's in Australia, and I'd been asked to decode that. So very little about the Akashic records. I knew nothing at that point in time. And what has happened since then is that I am now assisting people to do their own healing, and also, if they wish, to activate their own 12-strand DNA, which means that they know from planet Earth. When they activate the 12, they remove the death seal from the top of their heads and downloaded all the information that is out there beyond planet Earth that people here have been leaving their bodies and going out to find out what other information there is, and reincarnating. We don't have to do that anymore. I came in with my 12 strands activated as I'm calling them people because I'm a people. People on all the planets across all the universes have their 12 strands activated, and they live, 6, 7, 8, 900 years. They don't die. So we are able to do likewise once we have them activated and remove that death seal or whatever else it's called. So that's what's happening, and it's very, very exciting.
So how did the death seal come about? The
death seal was put on the people. Oh, sorry, Tyhson. Yes?
Yeah, That was the question. How is the death seal? What's that about?
Okay. On planet Earth, which it was, is, and it's coming out of, under control, people were controlled by having the death seal put on top of their heads when they came in, and only 2 strands activated of the DNA. And that's why, the reason behind that is to control the people on planet Earth. And as we know, there has been a big power base to do that, and now we're breaking through that. All the new little babies coming in, the brand new ones, have all 12-strand DNA activation, and you will notice that they are all very different and have amazing abilities. They've been filtering in through the different groups of children, of star children over time, where a number of them have come in with their 12 strands activated, and that's been increasing to the point now where all babies have it done.
Yeah, that's very exciting. It's very exciting. So that's a nice segue into actually talking about the Rainbow Children's Network, which is about to go live this coming the first week in July. So from July 3rd to July 8th, we will be on Zoom and available to mastermind about creating an international or global network for star children, rainbow children, indigo children, these unique children that have come through with all 12 strands activated. And Lorraine has volunteered to be on the advisory committee to make this work. And we know from Facebook that there's over in the neighborhood of 130,000 Facebook likes in the topic of indigo, rainbow, crystal, special children. So there's a real need for us to come together and provide an opportunity for the caregivers and for the parents and for the godparents to know more about these children. But Lorraine, you're one of the forerunners of this, right?
Yes. Yes. And I also worked in education for 34 years. So I have a lot of experience with these children, and I'm able to understand them and assist them to use education as their tool, or rather their tool to teach us, the adults, how to be on this planet.
Yeah, that's really exciting, to know that they're here as our teachers rather than we're here for them. Although I know they're children, so they do have to have safe boundaries, and there are childish aspects we have to deal with. But in actual fact, on the higher level, they're old souls that are here to help us make this planetary transformation. So that's really exciting. So if you want to know more about the Rainbow Children's Network, you head over to www.therainbowchildrens.network, and that will take you to what we're talking about, and join us there. You can be part of the newsletter, and we'll be posting there on a regular basis when we're going to have the Zoom calls during that week as we mastermind how we can create this global community so rainbow children can talk to each other and grow this new network of new, highly intelligent, 12-strand activated human beings on planet Earth. So if you want to be part of that, you to join us. So tell us some of the aspects of a 12-strand activated child. What sort of things can parents, godparents, and caregivers, teachers look for to know that these are these type of children? What sort of indications are there?
Okay, thank you, Tyhson. Well, what I know is all tell me, so they've told me this.
Yeah.
They function not by thinking as most humans think. They function by vibration. They pick up information by vibration. They give out information by vibration, and they speak also. But like one young boy, he was 11. I met him at the beginning of this year, and I can tell these children, and so I just go up to them and say, "You're not from here," and I do that with adults too. But I just knew he was different, and I hadn't spoken to him. He was out in the town, in Bustleton in Western Australia, and his mother and another lady were with him, and I went up to him and I said, "You are really, really intelligent, aren't you?" And he answered me with this most high-pitched, light voice. I'll see if I can mimic it. "Yes, I am. I am very intelligent."
Wow.
So how's that? That is like just totally, they're not all like that.
Yeah.
But he was, he is. And so when we're communicating with them, we need to listen to them, not tell them what to do. Ask them what they want, ask them how they do it, etc., etc. It's a role reversal. However, we're still here to look after them. We need to care for them. We need to protect them. Yes, they do have boundaries, but we need to treat them and come to them as equals, because they come here onto the planet knowing they're totally equal. I have a son, Jean, the oldest one, who taught me. He was 14. He was 49 a few days ago. When he came through, he let me know that he was equal to me, but asked me and share it with me.
So do you think that don't tell me what to do is a symptom? Because I've been that way all my life. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Some parents don't like that from us who are a little bit old, been here longer. But it's for the new parents to learn this. And if I see them in the street and I talk to the little babies and they start talking to me with their eyes before they can talk, and I know who they are, I tell the parents. And I tell the parents, you have a new child here and you need to work with this to teach you.
Yeah, and just to let people know on the call, that's what the Rainbow Network is all about. Janet Sheree has been receiving training from Vienna, who has created the Theta process. And she's got a body of information on how to work with rainbow children to help them discover and feel comfortable with the gifts that they have. So we're quite excited that now that Janet's certified, now we can then help others be able to have these exercises or these activities that they could do with their children that makes them feel comfortable with their psychic gifts and their skills. So that's exciting part of the Rainbow Children's Network, is being able to have these exercises online for parents to be able to use with their children, and also to be able to phone in and ask questions, which, by the way, you can phone in today and ask questions. It's a toll-free number. I think it's on your screen on Facebook, but for those that aren't on Facebook, it's 663697464. And who's ever on Zoom, you're making a lot of noise in the background. Is that you, Lorraine?
Yeah, I can hear you slightly. There's a big noise and it seems like lights and Chris Highland, somebody coming on. Yeah,
so whoever's on Zoom call, if you're not, could you mute yourself until we call you on you, because there's a lot of static in the background. Oh, thank you. That sounds much better. So just to reiterate that again, what's going to be happening with the Rainbow Children's Network is we're going to be having a series of Zoom calls to build the network globally, and that's going to be happening from Monday, July 3rd through to Saturday, July 8th. I may even continue on after that. And if you'd like to join us and be part of this community, this global community, to network, communicate with these children that have 12 strands of their DNA activated. They're called the crystals, the rainbows, the indigos. They're all names for these different children that are coming fully activated onto planet Earth to help us learn and grow and to bring us into the new Earth. So if you have one of these children, or if you're taking care of one of them, or if you're one of the teachers and you'd like to do with these children, and you always also be able to phone in on the toll-free number and ask us questions, which brings us up to the fact that we have the toll-free number on this call. So if you'd like to call in and ask Lorraine any questions about 12-strand DNA activation, the number to call in is 1-866-369-7464. And if you're on Zoom, you can join us there. And so I'm just going to ask if anybody is on Zoom other than Lorraine, if you would just unmute yourself at this time and say hello. So anybody on Zoom that is muted, why don't you unmute yourself and say hello? Unfortunately, at this point, I can't tell who's online and who isn't online.
I see there's two. I see Chris Highland, and there's another one with a number.
All right.
It's very nice to hear your voice.
Hi, are you Chris?
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Nice to hear your voice.
So, Chris, do you have a question for Lorraine?
Basically, I don't know a whole lot at this point. I'm really excited to learn what Lorraine has to teach us about DNA activation.
Yeah, well, there's definitely an activation that she does every single week from now on. You can get that information from the show notes. We just did an interview on the Wellness Show. Head over there. It's actually going to be released tomorrow, 4 p.m. or 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that interview. And in the show notes are all the linkages of how to find her and how to arrange to have a 12-strand DNA activation. And so I'll just give you the web address for that. That's www.thewellnessshow.ca, and the .ca is for Canada. But seeing as we have Lorraine here right live and full-bodied enlightened, so Lorraine, how do people get onto this call that you're doing every Monday?
The details are on. I have to remember. The details are on.
Don't worry.
The details are on this. Pardon?
So don't worry about trying to find it. They're in the show notes. So head over, if you're interested, to the wellnessshow.ca. It will be out tomorrow morning, which is on Wednesday, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go take a look at the interview with Lorraine about 12-strand activation. And in the show notes are all the linkages to how to join her. And is it every Monday from now on, Lorraine? Yeah.
Yes. So every Monday from now on, and Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
What do you call it, in Canada and USA, because in Australia it's different. It is from 7 till 8.
Yep.
And once you go on and find out how to either call me or email me, you can. Then I will send you an invitation to come on Zoom and meet with me on a Monday evening. And you can also, if you want an individual activation or individual to talk with me, you can by just emailing me or calling me, and we can arrange a time that suits you.
Great. So these kids, do some of these kids are able to psychically communicate with each other, I've heard?
Oh, yeah, they all do.
They all do.
They're all if you've got your 12-strand DNA activated,
Yeah.
you are telepathic, you know what other people are thinking, you are psychic, which is the same thing, you know everything, and you come in with all these gifts that some people who are adult don't understand because they haven't yet activated their 12-strand DNA, so they don't understand your abilities.
Well, now I'm all worried, Lorraine, because you just, you've got your 12 strands activated, and now you can read my mind. So I better clean up my mind.
I'm sorry about that. I can't help it. I don't want to read it.
Right.
It just happens.
Right. So, Lorraine...
but I don't usually say anything.
Right. And I understand that. That was the problem I had coming through, is I could read people's aura, or I don't know what you want to call it, and I would think that they wanted to know. So I'd say, do you know blah, 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 or do you know the problem is, I got myself into all sorts of problem and lost a lot of girlfriends that way until I realized that's not what you do on planet Earth. They don't want to know that information whatsoever, right? Ask for it. Yeah. So
Yes.
So I just want to say that from my own personal experience, I've had a 12-strand DNA activation from Lorraine twice. The last time was last night. And yes, we don't need to have more than one activation, but I have to say that second one was even more profound and deeply felt. So there's something about, sort of lighting up the inner Christmas tree that every time you do it, there's more cells that get the message. So I found it really, really exciting. And to see my partner, Sarah, just like literally glowing next morning when we woke up is for me very exciting. So I just want to assure everybody on this call that this is not hook'em. Well, it is hook'em and it is hocus pocus, but it does work. It really is fantastic to have that experience, to be lit up like a Christmas tree on the inner plane and to begin to discover who you truly are. So, yeah, that's great. So, Lorraine, do you think that there's other cultures on the planet that have had this experience before? Have they discovered this sort of wisdom, do you think?
You mean other cultures, meaning human cultures?
Exactly.
Or people from out there?
No, from out there. I mean, we're the slow ones, if I understand you correctly. All the other races, intergalactic races, already understand this. We're on a special mission of incarnation here to deal with the light and the dark and discover all this stuff and sort it out. But most planets have already dealt with this, if I understand correctly.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that's right. This is the only planet, and we're in the change right now.
Right. Yeah.
And 2017 is really, really important.
Yeah, so say a little bit more about important. I mean, from my perspective, that importance is really knowing how to make wise choices, that you're always going to be confronted by the overwhelming availability of the dark, where you feel like it's the end of the world when you look one way, and it just seems like too much when you think of the political, social, economic, et cetera, it's overwhelming. But if you go inward into that inner part of yourself and connect to source, everything seems to be okay. It seems like we're on track. It seems like we have two worlds simultaneously coexisting, and you get to choose which one you want to be in.
I agree, Tyhson, totally. It's just about distracting ourselves going on, but it's just not taking too much notice of it and taking notice of what we're feeling inside, what we want to do, how we want to find our joy. Just being totally in our own power, really, instead of being a slave or being dominated by the big powers.
Right. By the latest fashions or the latest car or the latest whatever. So, yeah, and not to get distracted by politics and the end of the world scenarios and all the rest that we're being confronted on our TVs every 5 seconds. So we're on the call, and I've been told by many people, Tyhson, this is all very well and good, but I'm in Texas. This is one lady saying, I'm in Texas, and I'm going through all this change and transformation, and it's lonely. And I said, well, you can come and join us. We have a program that we've created for people like you. It's called www.thefindingtheforce.com, and we're building a community of like-minded people so that people like you always have somebody who has your back, who understands who you are. Even in the depths of Texas and the cow country, you can find somebody who understands you and can be part of your tribe. So join us. So that's www.findingtheforce.com. If you feel that you want to be part of it, join us. Or you can join us in the Rainbow Network as well. So this is important, isn't it, Lorraine? We need to have a family of support.
Absolutely, and I didn't have a family of support. My father understood me, and my mother was literally terrified of me. And children need to be supported. The adults need to be supported. Everybody needs to be supported. So what we need to do is know that what we're experiencing or what we know and not doubt it is the truth. It is actually who we are. Whatever you feel is correct. And stay in that knowledge that I'm talking to the adults here, that you really are who you think you are, and don't be confused by other possibilities. That way, what happened for me, when I started acknowledging totally who I am and not being silent about it, and you can now talk about it, it is now safe to talk about who you are and the way you are on the planet inside of you. And once I started talking about it, all of a sudden I found other people.
Right.
That they were connected. And then what that caused was not for people not to be frightened of me anymore. In other words, when I let go of my fear of being who I was, and people might think I'm whatever, then when I let go of that and started just being all of who I am and honouring me and letting people know a little bit by little bit, then people weren't afraid, so they wouldn't be near me. I mean, they always wanted to be near me, but they were a bit afraid because I was afraid.
Yeah. So, really it's you showing up and not trying to fit in. So that's the clue. If you feel that you've got to fit in, then don't. Because, like you said, intuitively or emotionally, inside of yourself when you are being true to yourself. And that's the real indication. It's not trying to fit in. There's nothing to fit in.
I totally agree, Tyhson, and I'm just laughing at that because I did in my 40s, whatever that is in timeline.
Yeah.
I tried to fit in, and then I gave up. I thought, this is not me. This is killing me. I have to be me.
Yeah, I mean.
So when I did that, my heart felt beautiful.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I wish somebody had told me this like when I was 20. I hadn't figured it out. Then I said, nobody can fire me. I don't have a job. Nobody can tell me what to do. My whole life I've said, don't tell me what to do. Who's going to tell me what to do? I'm 70. I don't need to fit in. I can just be the old fart that I am and always have been. And if people don't like it, that's okay. But it took me all that time to realize that my job was not to fit in. I, however, was never here to fit in. I'm here to bring about planetary change and transformation. I'm a pattern breaker. So for all you people on this call or hear about this, if you feel like, wow, I'm not supposed to fit in, or it doesn't feel right, I'm spending all this energy, well, stop trying to fit in. That's not your job. Be you. Be uniquely you. We need you on the planet. We need you to be weirdly you, because you have a sacred message to deliver to the rest of us. You're a piece of the puzzle. We're looking for you. Finding the force, join the puzzle, become part of this, let's bring about a new way of being on planet Earth. God knows the one we have isn't working, so let's get on and creating a new one.
Add to that.
Sure. I'll get off my no, I'm not going to get off my soapbox. I'm going to call you back up and stand beside me on the soapbox. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so listening to you, what I know is that the two extremes are love and fear.
Absolutely.
The dualities.
Yeah.
And when we love ourselves, we totally come out of fear of being who we are.
That's right.
That's when it happens.
Love yourself unconditionally. All the bumps and lumps and all the things that you didn't like, you have to love those ones even more. And when you do, guess what? Your whole sound and complete, always have been, always will be. You're fully enlightened, always have been, always will be. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. You just show up. But having said that, people are going to scratch their head and say, what the heck did he just say? What does he mean? You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is show up. For most people, that's like right over the top of their head, right? But it is that simple.
Yeah, it's just coming into your heart.
Yeah.
Letting your heart love and feeling all the love of yourself in this vessel that we have, and then it happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
We accept ourselves.
So I want to talk about another opportunity for everybody on the call. One of the things that's got me excited is to look at other cultures, because I know other cultures on the planet Earth have gone through the ascension process So for me, I wanted to be able to discover what they've already learned. So what that did is it took me to the Mayan lands in the Yucatan Peninsula, and I worked with a Mayan shaman. My partner Sarah and I have been working with this shaman for I think 4 or 5 years now and taking training with him. And so we're now in a position where we actually are going to take a tour of like-minded people down to Merida, and we're going to go down there for the New Year celebration. So we're going to bring in the new year together, and we're going to do actually learning about finding the force, what it means to be human, how to bring the spirit in, how to discover the force, how to stay in the divine flow, how to get out of your own way. And the actual tour is called Mayan Wisdom, Uniting the Sacred, Feminine, and Masculine. And this is a powerful new beginning. And it's going to be held, like I say, in Merida. We're going to be there for the New Year's celebration. And we're hoping, well, not hoping, if you feel that this is you and that you would like to come, then we would be honored to have you. So it starts December 28th. We'll be doing ceremony. There's a full moon. We'll be doing initiation, the feminine initiation, divine feminine, in the cave in the center of the jungle. Labna, which is an ancient center of technology. And we'll be doing crystal skull activations, which connects us to the lost continent of Lemuria. And we will be also there for a full moon. So we'll be doing a full moon ceremony. So what could be better than that? We have New Year celebration. We have a full moon celebration. And we're going to do a sunrise celebration. And we're going to do a crystal skull activation. And of course, we're all crystal skull. So if you would like to join us, all the information for that is on Finding the Force as well. So that's www.findingtheforce.com. So let's just see it. Nobody's phoning in. We're feeling very lonely here because nobody's phoning in on the 800 number. So I'm just going to give you that number again. It's 1-866-369-7464. It's right on the live broadcast on Facebook. And I know you're not used to on Facebook actually phoning in, but guess what? You can. Or you can join us live on Zoom and get to see what Lorraine looks like in her magnificence with her purple glasses on and her wild hair, because you can't see her on Facebook. And so you could jump over there. So let's just see, is there anybody else on Zoom that we haven't said hello to? If you're on Zoom and you've muted yourself and you'd like to say hello or ask Lorraine or myself, please unmute yourself and say hello. Anybody out there? You said, Lorraine, you could see people. I can't see them.
I can see a beautiful lady, Monique. I'd love to her. Hi, Monique. I'd love her to talk with us.
Okay, great.
I said hello on the phone, and I just joined the video session.
Hi, Monique. Good to see you again.
Hi.
So this is Lorraine.
Nice to meet you, Lorraine.
And beautiful to meet you, too. Thank you for coming out and showing up and being who you are.
But thank you for such great information.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Absolute pleasure. So what's happening for you?
I'm just absorbing information that I see with Tyhson and the energy healing arts. And
Have you been so long? Have you been doing that now? Are you days of clearing?
is 21 days.
Oh, congratulations. And do you feel any different after 21 days of doing this?
Yes, I did see some differences. Yes, it made a difference.
Great. So, Lorraine, this is really a technique. You know, we talk about strengthening the bioenergy field, but another way to talk about this is really helping people get back in their body. From the trauma that they may have had in their birth or not fully incarnating, because it was too scary, even though their soul agreement was to have this experience, or they had a near-death experience, or they've been, they've had intrusions in their energy field by government or by ETs or whatever. So I developed this 21-day program called a deep clearing to help in their body, take back their power, stand in their truth, and discover who they are without any interference.
Beautiful. I sometimes work with people if they want to, particularly if they've come from outside this Earth planet.
Yeah.
They come from somewhere else, and they don't want to be here often, and they keep going out, so they haven't integrated the human into the one from out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? And so not totally integrated, and I often work with people to assist them to do their own integration in the same way that I assist them to do their 12-strand DNA activation. So from a little child, I always saw white light inside me, which is one of our abilities from out there, and anything that hurt, I would fix it up. I didn't bring the white light in. I had it inside me. I would find it inside me. I'd see it. So that's what I use with people. I assist them to find that white light and then move it around their body and totally follow their intention, whatever they're wanting to do. So it's about intention and using the white light and using the universal life force, God, source, creator, whatever you want to call it. I am used as a conduit. It comes flooding down through me, through the top of my head, and just because I'm saying it, it's there now. And, it's big. And it comes out of me and across the internet and into the people who are on Zoom, and my voice is dropping, you probably noticed. And it also happens one-on-one live as well.
So right now, for all of you listening to this call or listening to it in the future, you are now receiving a white light healing from our lovely Lorraine. And so she's going to hold up her hands right now, and you're going to be able to download and feel this energy flowing. Well, not so much, lighting you up like a Christmas tree from the inside out. So just take a deep breath, relax, and just feel the energy coming in. And I'm going to do the same. We're just going to be quiet for a second. Let the energy flow. That's it. Settle back and just let it come in. There you go.
So can you feel it?
I can feel it, and I feel the wind. We have the wind in the trees here. My cat has retreated to the basement because she knows a storm is coming, but the wind's talking to me. And according to the Mayan calendar today, Ik is the wind. This is the day of the wind. This is the day of the spirit speaking to people. So it's very powerful. Here we are doing this, and it's that day in the Mayan calendar, and the wind's blowing outside, and you're using the divine wind and communicating with it and sending us chi energy, and it's all in me. I'm getting shivers up my spine. What could be better than that, than a confirmation in nature, on Zoom, through the Mayan calendar, all dancing to the same rhythm, and I get to experience that in this moment. What could be better than that? Absolutely.
Can you feel this, Monique? Can you feel it, Chris? Oh, Chris is unmuted. Okay, he's muted.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't want to cause any static in there if it was unmuted there.
So,
you're not causing static now, Chris.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Lorraine. That was very nice of you.
Can you feel the energy coming through me?
Yeah, I feel connected to healing in general.
Beautiful. I just want to add something that Tyhson was talking about. From very young, I would feel wind swirling around my legs, and often it was when someone had left the planet, and if I was at a funeral or something, or many other occasions, but I would feel that wind swirling around, and I knew what it was. So, Tyhson,
you're welcome. The wind has even increased even more. It's like a dance outside that's going on. So I just love it when nature just conspires to let you know that we're all interconnected and we can dance this dance together. So thank you, Lorraine. That was powerful. So we talked about the Rainbow Children. We talked about joining us on the Maya Sacred Journey, we talked about that you can join the tribe and feel that you're connected to a group of people that understands and knows who you are, which is www.findingtheforce.com. We talked about 12 Strand Activation. We talked about these unique children that are coming through and that they're here to bring us to the new earth or the new understanding. And, I was reading about that this morning on a blog about there was a young man who had an experience being regressed, and he had an experience like the new earth, and he was saying that we're not going anywhere, we're not ascending, it's already here and it's coexisting right in this time. So as Lorraine says, this human timeline doesn't make any sense to her. This linear progression, that past life, this life, future lives, yesterday, tomorrow, and even today, in this moment, are all intertwined. And that these dimensions are simultaneously available for us. And that when we're on that right frequency, we're going to be experiencing the fifth dimension as the new earth. But Lorraine says, no, not just the fifth dimension. We're talking about the 12th dimension. We're going to experience that as well. Yes. Right, Lorraine? So tell us about that.
Yes, absolutely. It's not enough for me.
Yeah.
We know from out there, from where I came, and I feel very strongly about this, and my voice is dropping. So I know that's very important that we realize 12th dimension. It's here. I function in the 12th dimension. I don't understand the way people talk. I don't say anything, but I can see that they don't know. But people who feel like you guys who are on, it's the 12th dimension. And consider the 12th dimension. This came to me in a portal. I drop into them naturally. I've done it since I came here. I had two hands up, palms up on my knees, just coming up saying, activate the planet to the 12th dimension. The other one was saying, activate the people to the people have to activate 12 strand DNA, activate the planet to the 12th dimension, activate 12 strand DNA, and it went on like that, and I was really deep in it. So it is about know what that means. However, the planet is going through very fast, big changes, and we need to go with her because we will assist her if we activate.
Well, we're just getting more confirmation the wind is blowing confirmation from nature, and your voice is dropping. So here we are on track right on this call here.
I know. And Tyhson, I haven't changed my sex. I'm still female, but this happens. And I'm not channeling. It just happens. It's like I have the thought. I'll explain to you. I have the thought. Can you see me touching my heart? And it starts up in my heart. And before I've opened my mouth and spoken, it drops to the bottom of my torso like a fast rocketing down lift. And then when I open my mouth, it's all deep. And it's not channeling. It's just what is happening within me because I am the way I am with 12 strands activated.
So that's really one of the points you're trying to make as we cover 12 strands activated, that it's not that we need to go and tune into our higher self or go elsewhere for guidance. That when we have 12 strands activated in our heart, when we calm down and go to that still point inside of ourselves, the guidance is right there. We're not going anywhere. It's literally coming from the light within us. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, it's like when we activate the 12 strands, we are totally encapsulated in our physical form. We don't need to bring anything from outside of ourselves. We don't higher self. We're all totally integrated. That's what it does. And so that's how I function, totally integrated in my form. I call it my form. I don't call it my body, because I know when I listen to people that, particularly governments who bring back soldiers go off to war and they have a name. And when they come back in a box, they're called a body. They don't have a name anymore.
Right.
So I don't call this one of those. I call it my form. And I can change this form and shapeshift this form.
Yeah, I call it my Earth suit for planet Earth. But I probably have another light suit for another dimension and another planet, you know.
Yeah.
So Lorraine, are you aware of other dimensions simultaneously, or have you sort of closed the veil around yourself so that you can totally be fully functioning here on planet Earth? Or are you aware of other dimensions, like when you're astral traveling, or so are you aware of the multidimensional aspects of yourself, or do you have access to that?
I am, and I purposely don't astral travel because my job here is on planet Earth to assist the change for human beings to do their own healing, and that they can live and live and live. I'm here to live forever. I know that. I'm physically immortal, and I'm not leaving the planet. So I'm very aware of other people, other dimensions. I call them people. And I have photographs. I have interaction with them. They come visit me. We play. I've got photographs. We laugh. They interact with me. And they're my family from the planet I came from. So, yes, I'm aware of them. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here on planet Earth. That's my job.
So you just offer tea and cookies on planet Earth for intergalactic beings to come and visit you. You don't go elsewhere.
No, I don't go elsewhere. They come. I've got photographs of the craft and their little ones that came off the craft. And yes.
And for those on the call, you know, this is really maybe an important thing to think about, is we are multidimensional beings, and in the work that I do and helping people take back their personal power and stand in their truth no matter what, that a lot of us being multidimensional are really not here on planet Earth. We haven't fully arrived. We're scattered all over the universe. So when you do that, you're not fully here. You can't really have that experience of being fully in your body, full body enlightenment. Full body enlightenment is here, not going somewhere else. So when you do that, one of the ways of doing that I've been taught is to call one soul right here, right now. And what that means is it brings it all of who you are into this being and lights you up. So you're not scattered all over the multiverse. And that allows you to be present in this moment, particularly if you're in a challenging situation. It means all of your juice, all of your energies here on Earth to deal with the situation. And the goal is for you to feel comfortable in this Earth suit, because that's what you chose to do. And yeah, I know that's difficult, because sometimes when I think, wow, really, you know, like planet Earth is almost my playground, because I'm doing far more activity in other dimensions. So some of us are way more involved in doing all sorts of things on other dimensions, but don't forget, you incarnated here on planet Earth. You have a front row seat for this extraordinary time on this planet as we bring the new Earth into being. You have the gallery seats. You paid for these tickets. You know, there's millions and millions of souls that want this experience. And here you are with Lorraine and I in the front row seats. So take advantage of that, right? Show up, be present, and enjoy the show. And this is your show. You're creating it with us. So, yeah, join us.
That's great, Tyhson. I would say accept who you are, accept that you came here for a purpose, and the purpose is really big for every one of you who's come at this time. And you've come to show other people that we are here to live and live and live on this planet, and we need to do that, to honour who we are, to accept who we are, and accept that we came here at this time to do this job for the big change.
Yeah, that's really, really powerful. And so, is your friend Bob right there?
Yes, he is. Come on, Bob.
So Bob.
I'm just calling him over.
Yeah. So, Bob, could you tell us about this activity that you're having to take place about that, so everybody can join? I posted it on my Facebook page, but what's this all about?
Well, Tyhson, this is an activity that's for the International Children's Month, which is created by Texas Heidi Little, and I'm a co-founder on the International Children's Month, and every June 21st now for the last several years, and also January 11, 2 times a year, and this year we're going to be doing a winter solstice on December 21st as well. So what's happening is that there's in a couple of hours in the Eastern time zone, which will be 9/11, I'll be starting to activate the very first wave of this global wave of love and unity that's going to go across the planet, starting in the first time zone in New Zealand, and it will be following. It'll be at 1:11 p.m. in every time zone, and then they'll be generating a wave of love and unity in that time zone. And you don't have to be in that time zone. There's I have a link on my page about the number to call. I don't have it in front of me. That you can join a conference call at 11 minutes after the hour from 9/11 tonight in Eastern time. And I'll be doing it for the first 5 hours, the first 5 time zones, which will take me to 1:11 a.m. And then I'm going to go to sleep for a few hours and get up and start it again after about 4 or 5 hours sleep. And then this wave of love is magnifying as it is going from east to west by the Fibonacci series of numbers. So the first unit, the first time zone in New Zealand generates 1 unit of divine love, and then following the Fibonacci series, it just magnifies. It goes 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 1, 44, 233. It's simply adding the last 2 numbers together to get the next one. And by the time it gets to where I'm going to be with Lorraine tomorrow, we will be on the Rainbow Bridge in Niagara Falls between Canada and the U.S. We'll have our left foot in the U.S. and our right foot in Canada, and we'll be magnifying the wave there. And by the time it reaches the Eastern time zone, it's the 18th progression from New Zealand.
Wow.
So by then, it has 2,584 divine units of love that are generated, and we're going to send that on to the next time zone, which will be Central Time, and by then it'll be 41 and 81. It's just simply adding the last 2 numbers together. And then when it finishes 24 hours, which is Hawaii, before we go to the international dateline, that 1 unit of love from the first time zone is 46,348 units.
Wow.
And it's going to sweep across the planet.
Yeah, it sounds like those magical numbers, like the 44,000 out of the Bible. Sounds pretty similar.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're right.
So how do people? So Bob, tell everybody your last name so they can look you up at Facebook and find the link.
Yes, my last name is Challenger, CHALLENGER, and I have a very active Facebook page, and you'll find these calls and this wave of love. It's more than just wave of love and unity. It's healing, abundance, some other good things that's going to be sweeping across the planet starting in 2 hours.
Well, that's incredible. So you've had a space shuttle named after you then. Well, but this is a different space shuttle. This is a an energetic space shuttle that's going around the planet, and that's really exciting work. So this is going to really light out the Christ grid. It's going to be just like the Earth is going to glow like a star. So that's really exciting. So how many years has this been going on?
First year we did it on June 21st was 2014, so this is like 14, 15, this is the 4th year for that.
Yeah.
But we also do it again in January 11th, which is Unity 111. And so it's the same wave of love that happens then too. So, and we're going to do it again in December 21st this year. So we're going to do it 3 times a year now.
Well, sounds great. So we're nearing the end of our call for the hour-long call, and we just want to thank everybody that showed up. And we know that a lot of people are going to be listening to this, after posted on Facebook. It'll also be on the YouTube channel and the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. And who knows, it may even be posted on the Wellness Show. So we know this is going out to everybody. So blessings. So you're probably going to feel it anyway. But if you missed the wave, don't forget to join the next time it comes around the planet and catch up with it. It's like surfing. What's that called? Surfing. Anyway, get on the top of the wave. Don't get underneath the wave because it can come crashing down. Surf that wave all the way around the planet. Ride the wave. Yeah. So it's both on the call. Really exciting to get more information on the 12-strand activation. How to get lit up like a Christmas tree. How the 12 dimensions that we are about to inhabit, if we choose to, by just showing up, being ourselves, and not ever trying to fit in. And for all those that are looking for a family, www.findingtheforce.com. If you want to come with us on a Mayan sacred journey for the new year, the links are there. It's going to be the marriage of the divine feminine and masculine, initiations in the cave for the divine feminine, in the womb of Mother Earth, in the Mayan jungle. We're going to be doing activations with crystal skulls connecting to the Atlantis and Lemuria, the ancient civilizations on the back of the giant turtle. And we're also going to invite you all to the 1 week of masterminding the rainbow globally to hook all those hundreds and thousands of people with these unique children so that they can learn how to work with them and provide an opportunity to greet them and love these children as they arrive on planet Earth. We want the best welcoming imagine so these kids feel loved, taken care of, and yes, they got the right planet. Because if you ask Lorraine or Tyhson, we were waiting a long time to get picked up and taken home, and nobody showed up. So if we can welcome these kids and say you're on the right, you don't have to wait for anybody to pick you up. You're in the right place at the right time. It'll make their job so much easier. So thank you all for showing up. I love you all dearly. And until on next Tuesday, same time, same place, 3 p.m. Pacific time, Standard Time. We'll meet again. Until then, bye everybody. Great talking to you. Catch you then. Bye for now.
Bye everyone. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. So bye you two. It was great having you on the call.
Okay.
And bye for now, everybody.